Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And before I begin, I'd like to thank my Patreon and Coffee Fund supporters. You all make this possible. You may notice that I have no ads on my YouTube channel. I turn them all off, and I rely solely on your generosity. If you have the means to do so, you can support me on Patreon or Coffee Fund. There are links below. If you don't have the means to do so, don't worry, my stuff will always be free. Thank you for thinking about it anyway. So yeah, today I'm at the Table Rock State Fish Hatchery. And those of you who've been around the channel for a while know that I used to come here quite a lot and do activations. But my schedule's kind of changed. Basically, I used to go down to Hickory, North Carolina, once or twice a week, usually staying overnight, at least one night or two. And when I would do those trips, I'd usually try to build in a little time to do POTA, either on the way down or on the way back up. And Table Rock was one that I loved to hit, because you come out here, it's just really nice and peaceful and quiet. And I've never come out here when there's been another person here. I've had a couple people pop by and say hi, and there are a couple of local dogs that I love that come out to visit me, but that's about it. It's really nice and peaceful out here, and it's always shady too, which I love. So I'm really happy to be back here. I need to go back and check. I think it's nearly been a year. Maybe last fall I came here. I can't quite remember, but I wasn't going to do POTA today, actually. I left the house this morning around 7 or 7:30, and with the goal to go to Hickory and help my dad with some things in the morning, sorting out medications and some other stuff he has to do. And that was what I planned to do, and I didn't think it'd take much more than about 2 hours. Well, it took a much, much longer time than that with a lot going on. So I didn't get a chance to make my soda trip happen, because I needed at least 3.5 and better 4 hours of time in order to fit in the soda trip. And I spent enough extra time this morning in Hickory that it cut out about 1.5 hours from that, so it made that soda trip not possible. So then I thought, well, what am I going to do now? Well, I wanted to go back to a site I hadn't been to in a while, and thought about Table Rock. And also thought about another radio that just happens to be in the back of the car right now. So I was planning to do my soda activation with my KH1, keeping it really lightweight. But I happened to remember with POTA that I have my Penntek TR45L Skinny here, which is just a wonderful radio. And I thought, you know, I'm going to spend a little time with the Skinny. I think I have everything I need for the radio. I think I've got the battery, I think I got the cables and everything. I need to double check. If I don't, then I've got my KH1. You can tell that this has not been premeditated. This video, all my videos are real-time, real life anyway. I don't really edit them, but this I really need to make sure I've got everything. I'm hoping I have a 40-meter end-fed half-wave in here, because I'd really like to hop on 40 meters today and try to work my buddy K8RAT if he's out there, because he's also watching to see if I need a spot today in case the RBN functionality is not working with my calls and everything, because sometimes the POTA site, the connection between POTA and the RBN doesn't work properly. And last time I was here, maybe it's changed, but last time I was here there was no real cell phone service out here. So I'm gonna keep it really simple today. I don't even have my wireless microphones on or anything, but let's just take a look and see what we can find here. Here's the TR45L Skinny. Do have a few words to say about this here in just a second. Let's take a look. A bunch of little sweat bees around here. Oh, and another reason why probably it was great that I didn't do this activation. It heated up way more today than I thought it would. It's about 91 degrees right now out in the sun. And had I been doing a soda activation today, I'd have been feeling it with this humidity. Not that it's horrible today, but it's certainly warm for my standards. Okay, so here's my random wire antenna. That's not going to be a lot of good because I don't have an ATU with this. That is a Oh wait, do I have one in here? Maybe I have my KM4 CFT in here. Do I have it in here? Let me feel around and see. You know what? I'm going to have to set this camera down. Let me go ahead and deploy this thing a bit so I can see what I got. Ooh, I hope this tripod's high enough for this picnic table. I realize how high this thing is. Let's see here. There we go. Do I have an antenna in here? You know, I don't think. I do not. I do not. And I don't think I have one in the car. And normally, so you know what? We stuck on 20 meters. It's be a 20 meter and higher activation today, it looks like. Unless I pull out my, I could easily pull out my Elecraft KH1, which is tempting. I could easily pull it out, but I kind of don't want to. I kind of just want to use my TR45L. Dang, wish I'd have brought that. Oh well, I got a 20 meter infed halfway, that's good. I've got this random wire antenna, which would certainly do 40, but I don't have an ATU with me today. Again, I had packed for this soda trip with my KH1, so I didn't bring any of that stuff with me. So yeah, okay, well, we'll just be on 20 meters, and that'll have to do. Hopefully 20 meters will treat me fine. My buddy Mike did tell me that, yeah, it's a little dodgy today with the sun. It has been. That's just kind of the normal thing these days. It's just, you can't rely on our local star to be kind to us propagation-wise. Okay, let's find a tree branch. Oh, there's that really tall one up there that I remember from last time. I think I used that last time I was here. Let's see if I can hit that. Okay, so I'll try to set this up over here. Maybe you can see it. I don't know. You can tell I've never been a cameraman before in my life. I gotta set this in someplace flat here. And perhaps you can see me do this. But I'm going to be aiming for a branch right up there. It's a really high one. We'll see if I'm able to make that. Who knows? I'll be happy if I do. Here we go. Perfect. Oh, I love it when things come together like that. That even went a little higher than that branch. You can't tell. That branch is probably about 33 feet high, maybe 35. So with my infed halfway, that's going to work out really nicely. Let's grab it here, because this is a 20 meter infed halfway. These are pretty darn short. Okay, let's put this here. I may need it on the other side. And I will be fighting gnats today, I can tell now. They're getting in my face already. They're probably getting in front of the camera too. This came out so close to the to where I'm actually operating. I think I'm gonna pull it back a little bit. Let's see if I can see this. It's hard to see with the sun right there. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out from there just to pull it away a little bit so that it's not right on top of it. Let me see if I can finagle this. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It just depends on the branches it went through. So I have to grab this side. Okay, pretty sure all that was off camera. Sorry about that. So all I did was just pull that out of those branches. You may have seen a couple of leaves come down, but it didn't hurt anything. There's just a few leaves that fell down from it. But I just wanted to pull it away so it wasn't right up against the table, because I will have my end-fed up a little bit, have my feed line on the ground, just act as a counterpoise, and that'll be it. So let's just pull this guy up now. And I'm just going to let the pectina unfurl as I do this. I want to go too high. There we go. That's the end of it. That's all there was to it. Pull it up a little higher than that. Let's grab my cable here. And so put out that way and hook this up. And then I'll probably put the weight on the end just to kind of hold it up in the tree where I want it. Let's grab this. Conditions have been so dodgy lately. I really don't know what to expect today. But whatever it is, I'll still have fun on the air. I'm not too worried about that. Any day on the radio outdoors is better than a day indoors. That's a little high, but that'll be fine. It's basically a vertical. In fact, this is set up as completely as a vertical. Let's grab the end of the line here, pull it around over here, a little bit of space. Let's see if I can sit up in the middle now. This is where, Alana, if you're watching, I'm sorry this is kind of a messy table, and I don't have your tablecloth with me. I actually used it for a picnic the other day, but I do have this seat to sit on, and I will be doing that. Because this is the second dry day we have had in a while. It has been insanely wet this season. So we have not had a lot of dry weather. Let me just arrange this line here so it's not hanging out any. There we go. I may very well have a visitor out here in a second. I see some of these employees getting ready to come around, which will be fine. Oh, good. I have my LiFePo battery in here. I was wondering about that. A lithium iron phosphate battery. And plug in that. There we go. And I'll get my key out. Oh, pad, pencil, and what key to use? What key to use? You know, I may just use the one. That's in here. I'll just use this one. Man, the number of gnats today is a little insane. But otherwise, this is idyllic. I love this. I love this kind of nice, peaceful setup. Let me get my few shots in here for my blog. Always look on QRP.com. That is where I post my field reports. And I'll have a field report for this one as well. Here we go. Let's see. Paddles. Oh, here we go. Here comes the little doggy. That's not the doggy I was expecting, though. Okay. I love this place for the dogs. We'll put a key in first. There we go. Hello there. Hey. 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 Yeah. Hello. Thank you for visiting. I love this site for this. Oh, here comes, I recognize this dog. This is the little beagle mix that I see sometimes, but he is going to follow that person out there. Must be maybe that's that dog's family. Okay. Come with Thomas on a POTA adventure where he tries to figure out whose dog is whose. I absolutely love dogs, so one of the reasons I used to love coming out here to Table Rock is that one dog out there used to come out here a lot along with a buddy of his, and really enjoyed seeing those dogs. Okay, so first of all, let's turn this on, put it on 20 meters if it's not already. Yeah, okay, let's move this. There's like literally moss growing on this table, which is fine. Good, I'm hearing some noise on there, that's good. That's a good sign. Oh, a 1-to-1 SWR. It really couldn't ask for better. As a I'm gonna have to see who that is in a second. Let's get situated here though real quick. Table Rock. Fish hatchery. US 8012. I'll turn this down for a second because I want to say something about the Penntek radios, rather. So this is like, I don't know if bittersweet's the right word for it. Yeah, bittersweet is. If you've been following my channel for long, you know that I'm a massive, massive fan of these Penntek radios. I've got the TR45L skinny, this one right here. I have the full-size TR45L with the built-in Z-Match antenna tuner and battery pack. And I have the TR35, which is a 4-band transceiver. I love all of them. The audio is amazing. I love the aesthetics of it. I love the ergonomics. It's just a phenomenal radio, and especially the 45 series. The audio is just superb. It's like one of the very best field radios I've ever used for field audio coming out of the internal speaker. You just can't beat it. It's really, really wonderful. I used this radio at, was it this one or was it the 45L regular? I can't remember. Oh, hey, here comes another one of my, I haven't seen you in a while. Come over and say hi. Come say hi. Come here. Where have you been? Where have you been? Yeah. My day is better off because you came by to visit. Good to see you're looking healthy here. You're not starving to death, are you? Hopefully the little beagle will come back and visit me too. I used the TR45L on field day, and you may look at this radio and you say, you know, it doesn't really have, it's not designed to have like the contest chops you would want in a field day radio. But I'm here to tell you the receiver easily handled that RF dense environment. And in fact, the audio was so amazing that I didn't even run it with filters. I was with my buddy Vlado in 3CZ. Now, both of us actually both have the same philosophy that we tend to run filters wide. But neither one of us even needed filters. Even with all of that noise, all those signals, the audio was just so kind of pure sounding and so robust. And the front end wasn't overloading or anything like that. So it was just so easy to hear everything that we felt like we just let the filter between our ears do the work as opposed to using an audio filter or something. And it was amazing. So I love this radio. Now the bittersweet part is John, WA3RNC, who designs and manufactures these. He's kind of just a small cottage industry, like one guy show. He makes the kits and the fully assembled units. He announced earlier this year, I think maybe in April, that he was selling off his remaining inventory and he was going to retire. And he is well into any years that normal people would retire anyway. So the guy, he is overdue a retirement. And so he sold off a bunch of stuff, and toward the end of May, he put an announcement on his website saying, hey, I've just got like a couple things left over, like a handful of the TR45L skinnies. And that was at the end of May. So just last week, I sent him a message and said, John, what's the status now? Have you sold out everything? Where's it going? Are you enjoying your retirement? And he basically said, yes, everything's been sold out. There are no more Penntek radios available for sale right now. It's possible at some point in the next year, there are just a few miscellaneous units he may put together and sell, but by and large, yes, they are done. That is it. And he still supports these radios, and he will support these radios for the upcoming year. So he's honoring warranty and all that stuff. But he's having a brilliant time in retirement. He's doing all this traveling, and he told me about it, and it just sounds amazing. And the guy is he's well deserving of this. The only negative is these amazing radios are not going to be on the market anymore, and no one's making like the next version, like a TR55 or something crazy like that. So that's the sad part, because I do love these. I think these are going to be very, very collectible for people who actually like to go to the field and use their radios. If you see one of these come up for sale, and they do on occasion, because some people buy them for the looks and then they just never really use them, so they sell them. If you see one of those, you should grab it, because if you like to do CW and you're fine with it, not being a 5-band, 5-watt radio, you're going to be super pleased with this one. Either one, the skinny or the original, like bigger size radio. You're going to be very happy with it, I promise you. And so, yeah, as sad as that is, I'm very happy for John enjoying his retirement. So 45L skinny, and then I'll put 20 meter in-fed half wave. I will be completely shocked if I don't get a gnat in my eye during this activation. The gnats are just flying all around me right now. Okay, here we go. Let's turn the volume back up. By the way, I've got a little guard dog over here. I think he or she, I haven't looked to see, is waiting on their person to come back. Okay, let's see what time it is. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 100 hours. Okay, yeah, we got it perfect. And we are at 5 watts, I think. Yeah. Here we go. Now we're at 5 watts. So I could even go up a little higher than 5 watts if I wanted to, but I like to stick with 5 watts. Now those signals you're hearing, they're off to the side. You know what? Maybe I'll give them a little bit more space than that, though. What is that noise? There are electrical lines all around here, and in previous videos when I've been here, I've made a point of saying, even when you come to a place like this, it's kind of far out, you can still definitely have noises. This place has been pretty RF quiet, but it's a fish hatchery, so they have heaters and all kinds of things running in there. It easily could be interfering here right now, but I don't think it'll stop us from doing the activation. Okay, let's see. Let me get my phone out. Do I have a signal at all? Ooh, I have like 1 bar. Let's see if I can get it to load up. Sorry. It's not loading up anything here on my phone. It's not quite enough. I just saw the pills I was trying to look up for my father on there, so it hasn't changed, so I don't have good enough internet service. Thank you, Mike. By the way, the reason I turned on the filter is just because it helps with the noise that came up, the QRM that's here locally. Hey buddy, he's scratching. Let's see if I can get this to go again. Yeah, so I just had like this pill lookup on here, which tells me that it's just not loading at all, because that's what was on there before. Man, I tell you what, taking care and planning pills for someone, for an elderly family member, is not for the faint of heart. It is really complicated. I'm learning a lot. I've learned a lot with my mom, taking care of her, but my dad's medicines are even slightly more complicated. Oh, good to get you in logs. Oh, noise went away. You know what? This finally came up and it's not showing me in here. I have not... Oh, no, wait. I think I saw my call sign. Did I do that right? Nobody there? Maybe the band died. Okay, maybe you'll come back here in a second. Whew, sweaty. Well, the doggies are all walking with the woman in the stroller. I've got like 100,000 sweat bees on my water bottle over there. I don't know if you can see that or not from this distance. I can't really move the camera any further than this, but they're just all over my water bottle. Is that 2 Minnesota stations? Let's just do that. Excuse me. By the way, something I'll note here. The camera mic, for some reason, really picks up any kind of high-pitched sound. So you'll hear a lot of clicking in my keys, and when I go back and listen to the video later, I'm like, wow, the keys sound really clicky, but none of them really are in real life. It just somehow picks up that high pitch sound really well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I just need 2 more for valid activation. Okay, I'm going to check here and see again if... Yes, I am spotted. I'm spotted with a really nice RBN number here. Good to get you in the logs there, buddy. He was running 5 watts too. I love to know when the person on the other end is QRP as well. I can't key today. Yes, if you ever get a chance to grab one of these, grab it. I think they're wonderful. That is a sweat bee. See if it'll land on my pen again. Sweat bees, if you're not familiar, if you're not from the South or wherever sweat bees are, that's at least what we call them. They look like little bees, but they're not really, but they're not a bee. They're not aggressive or anything like that. They kind of just like to hang around you when you're sweating, I guess because they like the salt on your skin or something. But you do get like a little bit of a stingy feeling if you accidentally mash them. Like if you do something to, if they get like in your sleeve or something and they get kind of smashed in there, you may feel that a little bit. But it doesn't. They're not aggressive or anything like that. They're just little. They're like little flies almost, but. Man, I'm so eager to get out there and do a soda activation. I haven't done one in so long. This has been such a difficult year for me to fit in, or season, well, summer for me to fit in soda. Normally in the summer is when I like to try to pack in my soda activations. Not this summer. Let me see if I'm hearing something in there, but they sound like they're off frequency really far. So I'm just trying to see if that's for somebody else by putting on the audio filter here. There's that noise again. It's kind of coming in and going. I'll hunt for some stations here in a little bit too. If I've got... What? No, I think that's for somebody else. Let's see. Okay. Let me get my water. Got to get shake off all the sweat bees. Okay, let's go hunting. Let's go hunting. Now what I'm going to do is I don't know if this will go through or not. Let's see if I can get that to go through. Did it work? Wow, okay, it did work. Okay, let's try. I did see somebody up here in Quebec. That's possible. Gotcha. Gotcha. Nice to get you in the logs there. Let's see who else is around. Okay, let me see if I actually have enough coverage again to spot him. I will do that. So what I'll do is put TUP to P. Did I get that right? 4948. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's let that do its thing. Let's see who else is in here. Utah, 59.5. That's 10 now, isn't it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, and I'm going to continue hunting. I'm going to hunt for a while, and then we're going to call QRT. Well, I won't have to call QRT. I'll just spot myself QRT. Let's see. Let's get put it in here. TUP2P. There we go. So it's a spot on that. Now let's look. Oh, there's somebody else in Utah. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, there's noise off to the side here. I was going to turn up the volume, but they're so faint right there. Let me keep looking around here a little bit. Okay, 36, somebody in Indiana. That may be a little close. Did I work somebody in Indiana earlier? Oh, let's see. Let's move this up to this. Wait, is it 36? Yeah, 36. Anybody there? You have to wait around a little bit for the exchange in case people are just kind of going a little more slowly. I'm not hearing anything there. Let's try Arkansas on 56. It's probably still not. I did have a Missouri station. I do see a Missouri station on here. Let's try Missouri. Let's try Italy. Oh, there's Saskatchewan too. Oh no, moving to a new park, never mind. So they are actually QRT. And I've checked everybody else here. I wonder if I should go... Whoops, what am I doing? Didn't mean to turn on RIT. Oh, what am I doing? I don't have a 40 meter in-fed half wave. I have a 20 meter in-fed half wave. I don't know what I'm thinking. I saw a 40 meter activator here in DC. I was like, ooh, I could do that. Nope, I don't have that antenna with me today. I'm so used to using a 40 meter in-fed half wave. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me go back to what frequency was I on earlier. And I may call CQ just a little bit longer there. Just a bit longer. Not too much, though. Let's see. I'm at the top. I was on 54.5. There we go. Breeze feels wonderful. Okay, let me thank him for the park to park there. Yes, I know that causes a little interference too. I need to take a few photos while I'm thinking about it because I will not think about this later. Photos are important when you're doing a blog. You hear that noise starting back up? I don't actually think that's my phone. It doesn't sound like phone noise, though it did kind of coincide with me, you know, bringing the phone out. But I don't think that's it. I really don't think that's it. This table is so wonderful. It's just got like moss everywhere on it. All of these concrete tables, yeah, I bet they've been here for ages. I kind of like that. I think it's kind of fun. But it would have been nicer if I had a picnic table out here. Okay, let's get back to 54.5. Let's listen. Whoa, what was that? Oh, I must have hit my keyer speed. That feels faster than 20. There's rain coming. Where did this come from? I don't even see a cloud around. As I'm sitting here in relative comfort, you see a little bit of raindrops on here. People on the North Carolina and South Carolina coast right now are being hit by the remnants of Debbie. Historic flooding in some places. Really feel for people. This one's, I'm reading a book right now about hurricanes in North and South Carolina, like 15 hurricanes that changed in North Carolina and South Carolina. And you get hurricanes like Floyd that kind of stalled over North Carolina and just dumped tons and tons and tons and tons of rain and flooded like all of eastern North Carolina. It was horrible. Are you there? Gotcha. No takers. Oh well. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Wow, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Tell the band is up and down. People not calling back, people calling back, strong people disappearing. Take a picture of my logs here. I'll think about it. You know, that happens, and the bands are wonky. My buddy Mike said that the sun's hurling stuff at us right now, so we're going to have little periods of, where it's unsteady, and that's exactly what we heard here. I just wish I could have gone to 40 meters. I really wanted to work Mike today, but oh well, that's what happens when we change plans. The truth is, normally I'd have a 40 meter end-fed half wave in here, but I'd put that in another kit and move things around a little bit. I've actually been going through all my field kits lately, and so things are just not where they were, and That's okay though. 20 meters is definitely the band that gets the most action these days, so it makes sense to have a 20 meter end-fed half wave, but it would have been nice to hit 40 meters today. I'm curious how it would have been. I didn't see hardly anyone spotted on 40 meters, just one station the whole time I was on, so you know, probably not a very good band today anyway, especially this time of day, but it still would have been fun. Just putting everything up in here. Golly, I love using this radio. I just think it's the best. It's just such a great radio. It and its bigger brother are just incredible. So yeah, very sad that John's not making these anymore, but happy for him because the guy has been enjoying life. He wrote me and told me about his travels, and that sounds really nice actually. So wish people the best. I actually don't know how small companies like his, you know, and he actually, that's not his bread and butter. I think John actually makes Fox Pro, I think they're like electric calls for hunting and stuff like that, and that's kind of his thing. And the radio thing's just like a little side deal he does, and I'm guessing he's probably retired from his other business venture too. And when you're a one-man show, I mean, he probably has some staff and employees, but for some of his stuff, but his radio portion of it's probably very much kind of like a one-man show, and it's not easy to manage all that. I can tell you just from my side of things, just you know, having a YouTube channel and QRP.com and the SWLing Post and Shortwave Radio Audio Archive and Spectrum Archive and all these things I do, I stay so busy I don't know what I'm doing some days. It's extremely difficult for me at the moment to keep up with email. So if you're writing me, that's the reason why. You know what, I want to take a picture of this so I don't forget. I was using the Pactena 20 meter end-fed half wave. Yeah, I struggle these days to keep up with email. Is just really difficult, really difficult, because people have questions and I want to answer them, but there's just, you know, there's not enough time in the day, and I can't keep up with it and keep up with everything else, but I do my very best. Sometimes I'm just a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even as much as 4 weeks behind on things. I'll find a day where I can catch up and that's it. I'm not actually the best person to go to with like individual questions because of this. You know, I have QRP.net, which is a much better place to ask questions. It's a forum moderated by some amazing people who can get you an answer much faster than I can. So definitely should go to QRP.net, and I need to be promoting QRP.net way more. I just don't think about it because it's kind of ever present. It's always there, but it's a wonderful discussion forum. And if you got questions about QRP gear, practices, anything, there's someone there who can help you. Antennas, there's some people in there who really know their way around an antenna and can get you an answer much faster than I can when I'm just one guy answering emails. So anyway, all this back to John at Penntek. I get it, why he wanted to retire, and I think he did a pretty good job making what he did, giving us these awesome radios while he did. So very pleased with that. Let's see here. Let's take a picture of my antenna and feed line too while I got it here. And there's just tractors all over the place here today. Okay, and because you see how the sausage is made, you get to see my feed line and antenna being photographed. They're so photogenic. Okay, let's get this up. Both of these, yeah, this can sit in here. Ooh, there's a little piece of plastic I need to get rid of. And actually, I'm not sticking my radio in here. I'm just sticking my feed line back in. If I can, There we go. Sorry about all this noise. It's just the name of the game with little tripods and things. I did deploy a lot of that line, and that's how you can tell that it actually is pretty high up in that tree. I can't remember what the actual length of this is, but it's really long. It's super long. I've put up very, very, very long random wires with it. I'm gonna have to replace this eventually. This line's probably 4 years old. And you can see this, like, yeah, I can cut that, and I need to just take this all out at home, cut it, and then get my, just probably get like a lighter or something just to kind of burn that up there. This will keep going for a while. I don't put it under a lot of stress. I've never had one of these lines fail on me. But it is fraying out a little bit. It's all part of the process here. Could have almost pulled this whole thing out this time. I literally had, I think, like maybe not even 10 feet in there. So I did use almost the entire line. That was such a fun one to shoot though, because the branch is there's so much area to hit with that branch that as long as you get the height and it goes forward fast enough, you're going to get it. But you just need to get that height. So it's kind of fun shooting for those. Okay. This is getting in the way of my winding. There we go. That's better. We're about at the end. This made for a nice little detour today. I wish I could have done a summit activation. I was looking forward to hiking, but it is what it is. I don't know if the rain's going to move into our area or not. The outer bands of Debbie seem to be pushing kind of northwest, but sort of mainly in the Raleigh area. I'm not sure if it's going to come up here and affect us. The mountains of North Carolina are interesting because we're not that close to the coast. But when hurricanes position themselves just right and dump their moisture into the headwaters and things of our streams right along the escarpment, the Blue Ridge Escarpment, we can get some of our most historic flooding comes from that. It's like a really, really big deal. So, let me get some water. So we can be affected by hurricanes up here. And we've also had hurricane winds up here. Not full hurricane force, but we've had hurricanes come up this way and they're still packing enough punch that it knocks down lots of trees and things. But nothing compares to Hugo when I was growing up in Hickory, where Hugo and the eye actually went through my hometown of Hickory, which is way inland. That surprised everyone. We were without power for 2 weeks, which is the reason why my wife and I are into preparedness. I wouldn't call us preppers. We're just into preparedness. We like to be prepared, and it's one of the reasons why we always kind of have a little extra food, backup generators, things like that, is because I had to live through not having that when I was a senior in high school, growing up when Hugo came through, and it really taught me a lesson about just kind of being better prepared. So our family really wasn't, and we did okay. We had we lived next door to my grandparents, and they had a farm, so yeah, we had food, we had everything we needed really, but no refrigeration, no water. That was a really big deal because we have well water, and I have the same thing at my house now. So having backup generation is kind of nice if you're without water for a while. It gets really inconvenient really quickly. But I say all this, but I've got a friend in Kyiv right now in Ukraine, and seeing what he goes through with the rolling power outages and just the difficulty of living there. We are very, very fortunate to be where we are, and my thoughts are with anyone who's in any kind of situation like that. So anyway, all this to say, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, this turned out to be a beautiful little activation. It's so nice to be back here at Table Rock. All of my little dog friends came out to visit me today, plus a new one. I like that. It just makes for about a perfect activation. And I hope to get out again here in the next week to do a little bit more activating. I kind of got behind there a little while, and I've been missing this so much, so I hope I get another chance to go out soon. I hope you get a chance to go out and play a little radio, and just remember, you don't have to have everything just so. As long as you got a radio and a battery and antenna and some time and some willingness and patience, go out and do your first POTA activation. You don't have to have the perfect gear for it. Just make sure that you've got enough to get on the air, and then just hop on the air. Same thing with CW. Don't wait too long to try an activation. Just do an activation at a really nice slow speed, and I promise you, everybody else is going to slow down around you because they know where you are, because we've all been in that same place. That's a really interesting thing about being a CW operator, is every other operator has been a beginner at some point, so we all remember that. Anyway, I'll leave you with one final thought. This world is a better place because you are in it. Thanks so much for joining me, and until next time, 7 twos.